Hey, I'm Randy, and I'm the Cheap Audio Man. Here at the Cheap Audio Man, we don't feel like audio equipment. Speakers, tube amps, headphones, headphone amps, DACs, turntables should cost as much as a divorce. Because sometimes things are actually worth it to spend a bunch of money. They're worth it. A divorce is. So, what are we talking about today? The Reisong A10. Grab a cup of coffee, sit down, and let's talk about the Reisong A10 tube amplifier. So today we're really excited about our sponsor. Most of the time our sponsors over here at Cheap Audio Man don't really relate to audio. But that all ends today. Jacinda's port lubricant. Everybody knows that ports can give you greater bass extension and presence, but also cause unwanted chuffing. So when you're pushing your speakers real hard and you want all the benefits of a port, sometimes you just need a little bit of Jacinda's port lubricant. You pour that in there, make sure it's all coated nice and good. Comes in different weights, okay? You pour that in there, and then it eliminates chuffing and oftentimes enclosure resonances. Yeah, Jacinda's port lube, available at Worldwide Stereo. You gotta let it sit for a while. You can't just like turn it up, otherwise it doesn't work as well. You have to let it cure for like 24 hours. All right, the Reisong A10. It's a tube amplifier. It puts out 6 watts a channel. I got this from China Hi-Fi, ChinaHiFiAudio.com. I'll link it in the description. They sent this to me. They didn't ask me to say anything about it. They just sent it to me. Thank you very much, China Hi-Fi. And it's a tube amp. I like it a lot. We'll talk about the 6 watts not being enough. But also on the table, we have the Klipsch RB512. Might be one of those good deals that could be going away because it's a discontinued speaker. All right. Then we also have the Q Acoustics 3030i. I'm going to move this back a bit. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't topple off the table. I have some port lube on my finger. All right. So, tube amps. Let's go through how it works. How does a tube amp work? Okay. Well, first you have power coming in from your wall. That of course could be just horrible. So you need to get, later on in the series, we're going to talk about spending thousands of dollars on power regeneration boxes that takes AC, converts it to DC, and then back into AC. All right. Because they can't do it good enough down at the power plant. All right, but that's a totally different video. Okay, so you have AC coming in. That is converted by a rectifier tube, okay? That rectifier tube can change the sound depending upon how quickly it changes AC into DC, and then how quickly it recovers after you need a lot of power, okay? So you can change the sound by changing the rectifier tube, okay? Then you have your preamp tubes, okay? I don't know what those are. Let's look. They are the 6N, as in November, 2J. All right? You can change the sound by changing these, okay? But I talked to Brock, my buddy, who knows a lot about tube amps. He's also owned this one. The power tubes, EL34s on here, okay? Some people say they're sweet. I like it. They sound sweet. But if you change these, you can also change the sound quite a bit. So you get to get into what's called tube rolling. That's a silly name for tube changing. It just means you switch out the tubes for something different. Okay. And you can change the sound depending upon what you want and which tubes you change. You're going to have to do some research, though. There's a whole community of folks out there that love to do just this, and it can be a lot of fun for folks getting into the hobby. But here's the deal about this. It's $239 currently on China Hi-Fi Audio. All right. I don't know how much shipping is going to be. However, when I go add this to my cart, it says DHL shipping 0. I don't know what that's about. I can't imagine they're shipping it for free. But anyway, contact China Hi-Fi and find out how much it costs. Because even if it costs $200, you're still only at $440, okay? And that's a deal. Really a steal, all right? So this comes in a few different configurations, all right? The version A has a PCB, printed circuit board. Version B is all hand welded on the inside, and some people like that a little bit better. And then version C is basically an upgraded PCB board. There's also some open box, or maybe it has a nick or whatever here and there, and you get it for cheaper, okay? Regardless, okay, here's the deal. This is how much I like this. Port lube, really sticky. Here's how much I like this. Like, I got it, I hooked it up to speakers, and immediately I was like, if this is what, let's say it's $400 all in with shipping. If this is what $400 sounds like, I wonder what it sounds like an $800 or $900 whatever. Or I wonder what an EL84 sounds like. Like, instantly, I'm like hooked. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm into the tube thing. Okay. So, 2 analog inputs on the back, and there's a switch on the back. That's how you change the inputs, okay? 2 RCAs. It has 2 sets of speaker outs. One's for 4 ohm and one's for 8 ohm, okay? On the front, you have a really cool clicky volume knob. I just love that. Yeah. And then that's the on-off knob, not the volume knob, sorry. And then your volume over here, okay? Let's talk about power. 6 watts, doesn't sound like a lot. So this morning, I got these yesterday, all right? I ran them in all night last night, much to the chagrin of my family. I put them in the office, okay? Ran them in all night last night. I'm not doing a review on these. I'm only using these because they are the most efficient speaker I think I have right now. And those are the RB512s. Are 92 dB efficient, okay? Or that's what Clip says. I pulled out my old decibel meter on my phone and I sat back about 8 feet. Guess how loud I got these? 91 dB. It's obviously gorgeous. It's very shiny, chromish, beautiful, fun to look at. I have a tube cage somewhere. Yeah. They sent me this too. All right, so if you don't want to have serious 3rd-degree burns when you go and touch the thing, or if you got kids rolling around that might come in contact with this, might want to add the tube cage. It's $20. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm scratching up everything. Okay, let's talk about the 6 watts. 91 dB. Also ran the Q Acoustics 3030i. It's a fine speaker, 89 dB, no problem. Also ran the Polk R100, that fun brand new speaker that's out. It's like 86 dB, no problem. Unless, okay, so this right here, where does this live? Medium-sized room. Or maybe a larger room with really, really efficient speakers. If you have like 89 or below speakers, small room. And you don't listen to deafening volumes. Okay? All right? People always comment that I say okay. Not people always. Some people comment that I say okay. All right? Too much. They don't care for it. I understand. Okay? All right. So, lives in a medium room if you have lower sensitivity speakers. Can live in maybe a larger room with like super efficient speakers. 6 watts, it's great. My favorite amplifiers right now are this, which is 6 watts, and the Vista Audio Spark, which is 20 watts, okay? Why, Randy, would you want a tube? Well, I'm glad you asked. A tube amplifier. Well, I'm glad you asked. You, as in one, as in you, me, whomever, that purchases a tube amp can get a different sound signature due to the tubes. Is it super low distortion? No, and good, because some distortion adds a little bit of jazz and flavor and personality to the music, okay? This is still like less than 1% THD, total harmonic distortion, all right? Thing you can get with a tube is you start to get different layering, holographic imaging. And I got that very thing with this on my birthday. Oddly enough, I was listening to the JBL A130s, which is like a $180 pair of speakers, and they're great. So I had this, I had the Orchard Audio feeding it, and there was all sorts of stuff going on in the space with the guitars and soundstage and layering and all sorts of stuff. I think it had a lot to do with the amp. I also think it had a lot to do with the DAC, okay? So if you get this paired up right with the right equipment, there's going to be not only a musical change, but an immersive experience. And if you have the right speakers, that you can start to be part of the music or feel like the music is all around you, okay? I've been running Topping D50S into it, listening to the 3030Is and the Klipsch RB512s. Not as much of that holographic nature, okay? So I think it also has to do with the DAC. But I will say the soundstage and imaging that you get from the Reisong A10 is definitely something you're not going to get with a different amplifier. Unless it's maybe the Vista Audio Spark, because the Vista Audio Spark does a pretty good job of that too. Okay? So, would I recommend this? Absolutely, without hesitation. Please, if you have some money and you're at all interested, if you can afford it and you're at all interested in tube amplification, this is a fantastic way to dip your toe into the water or do a big old cannonball. Don't worry about dealing with China Hi-Fi Audio. They are a great outfit. Sean from Zero Fidelity introduced me. They've been doing work together for a while. I've never heard of anybody having an issue ordering one of these from China. Okay? Couldn't recommend this thing highly enough. The only reason I may not be keeping this is because I may be moving on to something that has a bit more power with the EL84 tubes. But I really want to keep it so that I can start to tube rule, which means so I can start changing the tubes out and getting a little bit different sound signature. Okay? All right? Anyway, this thing could be so much fun. It is so much fun just as it is. But think about it. You get it. You start messing with the tubes. You get on the forums. You start to learn about stuff. Maybe you meet your new best friend on one of the forums over there, the internet forums. Maybe get on Reddit. Maybe there's a subreddit for tube amplifiers. All right? We're just joshing along now. Hey, if you want to support the channel, there's a few ways you can do it. Any of the links, except for this link, this is not a affiliate link. Any of the links, for the most part, in my description are affiliate links, which means if you buy something through there, I get a commission. You can also sign up for Amazon HD Music for free. You click on the link, scroll down to the bottom, click Try HD. You get 3 months for free. I get a couple of dollars. Also have a Patreon. Patreon.com/cheapaudioman. Every Sunday night, we do patron-only Zooms. We also have a patron-only Facebook group, for the most part, where you can buy, sell, trade things, chat about audio, or anything else you want to. All right? Also have merchandise, if you're so inclined. Cheap Audio Man. Shirts and mugs and stuff. I want to get a hat. A hat. What's in the hat? All right? So don't binge watch Netflix or Hulu or anything. Binge listen to your new Reisong A10 hooked up to maybe a pair of Klipsch RB512s because they're not ridiculously priced like other Klipsch products, and fill your soul with happiness. And with that, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man.